maybe next time we talk, there'll be a new pope. Maybe he'll be the first hot pope.
I don't think we're getting a hot pope.
I shouldn't get people's hopes up.
Don't you guys just we don't need to get our hopes up.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Hey. Hi. How are you?
Good. I'm in the office, but I didn't score the booth this time.
Listen, when that booth is taken, we're just going to have to deal with your echo.
We just have to deal with it. Hopefully, people don't really complain about the echo too much. So I appreciate that if you're like not a fan of the echo, that you're just like, well, she can't do anything about it.
Maybe people like it. Or maybe it just doesn't really I don't listen. Newsflash, I don't listen to this podcast.
I'm shocked.
But maybe you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's a good question.
When
I
you
mean,
listen.
I do listen to it like in the editing process, and it
Yeah, of
doesn't
course.
seem too bad. So
Just to be for the record, guys, I used to listen to it. And then at a certain point I was like, I don't care. Caissie, I trust you. Just take out the stuff that needs to be taken out. You could put whatever. Sometimes I just go on tangents.
yeah.
You could leave them in. I don't know.
Listen, here's what I take out in case anyone's interested. If we repeat ourselves a lot
yeah.
and we like belabor something that
Yeah.
only needs to be said one time, if we say something that's egregiously incorrect and we don't correct ourselves within the space of the podcast, or sometimes like there have been a couple of times when one or the other of us has gotten like a little heated about something and a little specific, and we're like, you know what? I wish I wasn't such a jerk about that. Can we take that out?
Yeah.
And then, whatever. It's hard, right? Because we're friends and like obviously we candidly vent to each other about some things. But not
like, for instance, like Caissie and I just needed to talk about something privately. So I just called her for just now. Like before, we were supposed to hop on like a half hour ago, but I was like, well, we just have to talk about this thing before. And I didn't even want to like have the recording going because I just was like, let's just talk on
it's
the phone.
not content. It's like
it's not content. It's just real life.
which I appreciated. So anyway,
because we're friends.
We're friends in real life. And we talk to each other.
Oh my God. I have been such a moody motherfucking bitch.
Yeah. What's happening?
I don't know. I mean, I was home in Arizona. So that's, probably most of it.
Yeah.
And I'm PMSing.
Ugh.
New moon.
You know what's weird? I'm like not getting my period right now, but I feel like I'm PMSing. And I'm like, what's that about? It's probably normal. It's probably just like.
Yeah. Well, I think hormonal cycles, like anyone who has girls will tell you that like long before they get their period, they start having these like basically monthly. We started tracking one of our kids. I can't remember which one, but like just noticing that whenever I was PMSing would be a week where that kid was like a nightmare kind of.
Oh, okay.
Like way pre.
Yeah.
Puberty, like just like really, it was really, really tough.
Interesting. And I'm like, I'm sitting here in a tank top because I was like, just got hot as hell.
Oh, hot flash. I just asked Shane to bring me a Zyrtec because the allergies are insane.
Yes.
Spring is sprunging.
Spring is sprung. And I had a crazy allergy attack last night on the phone with Matt, and I counted like it was over 40 sneezes. And I just kept saying, I'm so sorry. And he was like, you don't have to apologize. And I was like, you also don't have to tell me not to apologize. Like I'm clearly involuntarily making all the noises. And so like, I get that I don't have to apologize. And I apologize that we have to keep having this conversation. But 40 sneezes, I did apologize.
That's a lot of sneezes.
Like 20 times.
Well, everyone in the world's still on fire.
Oh my God, the Pope died.
Oh yeah, people liked that Pope. I wasn't paying attention, but
he died immediately after
meeting JD Vance, which is honestly iconic of him. Like also like Cecile Richards passing away essentially like on Inauguration Day also
Right.
felt iconic to me.
Yeah. These people are getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, kind of. Do you blame them?
No, I can't
No.
say.
I can't say that I do.
I can't say that I blame them.
Yeah. I mean, bless everybody. I don't know. The Pope, he seemed like a good Pope.
He was progressive for a pope.
That's what I heard.
Everybody's like a pope expert now because of conclave,
course.
you know.
Oh, is that what it is? I didn't know why everybody knew everything about the popes. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm not Catholic at all. So, and I have not seen conclave yet. So I do not know a lot about it. I know about like Raymond Padilla, who is your former assistant, and he's here working with us on the QVC show.
Well, he's like a producer on the show.
Yeah, yeah. And
associate producer? What does he do?
Yeah, he's.
Well, I just want people to know he's not an assistant.
Yeah, no, he's not an assistant. No, he's actually working on the show as an associate producer, and he's like so good at it and so capable. But he's also like an expert Catholic. So he was saying he felt like there'd be a new pope by Friday.
Great.
And then I was like, I'm nervous because I don't know a lot about it. But I like, what if we get like some kind of this
Bad
pope
pope
was very progressive. What if we get some kind of like evil shadow pope, you know?
Well, wasn't there was one that was recently. Was it like, Benedict? Wait, which one was this one? What was this guy's name?
Francis.
Yeah, it's Francis. That was my saint, Francis of Assisi. You have to pick a saint when you're going to get confirmed. And I didn't want to get confirmed because I was like, religion is bullshit. And I wasn't wrong. But
wait, how old are you?
Anyway.
You're like 13 when you get confirmed,
no,
right?
I was like, no, I had already had an abortion, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was like 15 or 16.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know.
Which is why I was very disenfranchised with the religion and everything. Right. Anyway, St. Francis of Assisi was always my saint. I loved him.
Aw, what
the
is
animal saint?
The animal saint? Aww,
yeah, he talked to animals. So nice Pope Francis, yeah. I think it was Benedict was the one that people were like, yee, like didn't like him before.
Yeah.
But then he like just went and like lived out his life with his boyfriend in a castle or something. Guys, this might be edited out because this could be all wrong. I don't know. But I am Catholic. And you know, I was personally blessed by Pope John Paul II.
Yeah, that's the one I really remember because people were really talking about John Paul pretty constantly. Well,
yeah, he was Pope forever.
Interesting.
He was like the longest running Pope of all time. No, I don't know if that's true. But like he was like a really long running Pope.
Okay. Pope Benedict to live with George Ganswine. The Pope will continue to live with his trusted secretary, Archbishop George Ganswine.
Yeah. In parentheticals, trusted secretary. I just don't understand. I remember my mom at one point being like, I just don't understand. Why don't they just let the popes be gay? Just let them have wives or husbands if they want. There was a big scandal in our church in Arizona years and years ago because the priest was having an affair with a woman in like one of the parishioners.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was a big deal. And that's when my mom was like, well, I'm leaving. I can't be here for this hypocrisy. And I was like, oh, really? That's what got you?
That's what made you mad?
Sure.
I knew kids growing up whose their dad had been a priest and their mom had been a nun, and they fell in love and had
that's hot.
Yeah, it's like that's like the Thornbirds,
that.
Right?
Yeah, no, that is hot. That's hot. I knew a guy who became a priest. After we went to college together.
Okay,
and he was like a guy. He had a girlfriend. Like he dated people, and he was a theology major.
Okay,
I went to a Jesuit university, so I went to Loyola Marymount University, where Raymond Padilla also went. Just FYI. Wait, he was Pope from 1946. Whoa, that's crazy. John Paul, I mean,
yeah,
was Pope from. No. His papacy began 1978
Okay.
and it ended 2005. But then why did he, was that John Paul the First? There was a John Paul the One.
There was multiple John Pauls.
I'm looking at Wikipedia. Maybe this is all wrong.
These popes need a TikTok to teach us the lore.
Oh my God, they really do. My knowledge of John Paul visiting. When did Pope John Paul visit the United States? And it was such a big deal.
Oh gosh.
In the 50s or something.
This I don't know.
Because the play that I was in high school, The House of Blue Leaves, it's all about the Pope coming to visit.
Oh, okay. Pope John Paul I visited in 1979.
Wait, the first Pope to visit the United States, this is what I'm talking about, is Pope Paul the Fourth? What is VI? I can never know.
VI is 6.
Pope, right, okay. Pope Paul the Sixth was the first Pope to visit the United States in 1965, which was a huge deal.
Okay.
And in the play, The House of Blue Leaves, that's what they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
They're really excited about the Pope coming to visit.
Wow.
And then he's going to heal them all.
Wow. Has there ever been a super cute Pope?
I mean,
like a hot Pope?
No, not a hot. There's never been a hot Pope. But I do think that Pope John Paul was a little cute old man.
Like a cutie. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're all, aren't they all evil because they hid atrocities?
I mean, that's the thing. That's what I was saying is that what I know of religion is there's a lot of rules, which I assume have been set up with, the best of intentions. But clearly a lot of people break the rules. But it's also like a police department investigating itself. You know what I mean? If you can say that the only authority over you is God and you break the rules and then you talk to God about it and you say that he said it's okay because we're not perfect or whatever, then you just go on with your business, and probably do the same rule breaking next time you feel like it. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's complicated. I think religion does a lot for a lot of people, but I think it's also harmed a lot of people in some ways,
And harmed a lot of people in big ways.
Yeah. I mean,
irrevocably. Why can't I ever say that word?
Irrevocably.
Irrevocably.
It's a hard
irrevocably. I know, but I love saying it, and then I always say it wrong. Irrevocably. I said it on I did the Planned Parenthood. Sorry, Shane's going to just grab my phone and add herself to my calendar because I've been trying to do it for apparently months. I can't fucking do it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You need to set up a Zoom call with Janie Haddad Tompkins. She's the only person she's so good at all of that stuff. She's the only person that got my calendar to get out of some loop where it was sending me 8,000 notifications for every single thing.
Wait, but what was I just saying? Something.
You did the Planned Parenthood.
Oh, the Planned Parenthood talk in Arizona for the luncheon.
Yeah.
It was really, every time I'm feeling, what's the point? Why are,
right.
We're and then I get invited to come speak at these things or do these things or show up to these things or just be at these fundraisers for organizations like ACLU or Planned Parenthood or, Center for Reaper Rights or whatever. And then every time I leave and I'm like, yes, there are so many good people that are fighting for good stuff and they're going to keep doing it. And obviously this was there was no exception to that. I met the incredible mayor of Tucson. She was there. Katie Hobbs was not able to be there, but she sent a little vid. And there were just so many, Stephanie, oh my God, Stephanie, what's her last name? She's a state representative in Arizona. who I was on a panel with at the DNC for what did they turn NARAL into? I actually said this on stage, and I can't believe that I'm reproductive freedom for all. That's what it is. But Stephanie and I she was like one of the people on the panel for reproductive freedom for all that I did it. I just know her as Stephanie, honey.
Just Stephanie.
And she's a state rep. She's like in the state Senate. I think she's a state senator, but she might be in the House. Is the House the state Congress or whatever?
Guys,
you guys, we're killing it. You know what? Guess what? I didn't go into politics. That wasn't what I want. I wanted to be an actress.
Right.
I didn't even fucking take whatever. What's it called? Political science.
Political science.
I'm really on one. I'm not kidding. I'm really on one today. How are the girls doing?
They're doing really well. They're kicking it. Those old ladies.
I mean, how old are they?
They're 13 years old.
And that's like 1 million years old.
Yeah, that's 1 million years old. And by the way, like the entire time my girls, Millie and Birdie, our dogs, rescues, love them. They've always had like really sensitive tummies. And so we've always had to be really kind of careful what we feed them. So I'm really excited to talk about our new sponsor, Ollie.
Obsessed with Ollie. Guys, Ollie is food that Miss Gina Linetti has been loving. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition, 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for picky eaters, although Gina's not a picky eater. She's not. She's just not.
Yeah.
Made in United States kitchens with the highest quality human-grade ingredients. Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food for your pup. And you know what that means? You know what it means.
Your dog's going to be happier. They're going to have more energy, shinier coat, better poops, which is a very important topic in my household, and more excitement at mealtime.
Way more excitement at mealtime. Sometimes Gina was getting kind of a little bit like, not interested. But not anymore, honey.
Yeah, because Ollie has 5 protein-packed recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes or fresh turkey with blueberries, which my girls love the blueberries. Even the pickiest eaters are not going to turn their nose up at Ollie.
No, they're not. Also, for first-time people ordering, Ollie will send your pup's first box with 2 weeks worth of meals, a free little storage container for mess-free serving, and a guide of how to gradually switch them over to their new diet. You just want to make sure that their tummies adjust. You can customize a plan. Ollie offers 3 meal plans to choose from. You choose between a full fresh plan, fresh topper plan, or a mixed plan with their freshly baked recipes for your very special little fur friend. Also, they have treats and supplements. And Ollie's the only fresh dog food that comes with unlimited routine health screenings. So you can get your pup on track to living their healthiest, happiest life. Raymond was a little bit like, Gina looks like she needs to drop a few. And I was like, you know what, Raymond? Please do not shame her. But also, we're on top of it. Thanks to Ollie.
Yeah, and it's super easy. You fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz, and they'll create a customized meal plan based on your dog's weight, activity level, and other health info. Then, you get your welcome kit, and you're off to the races. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Guys, head to ollie.com/best. Tell them all about your dog. Use code BEST and get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, your pup's not completely satisfied, you get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/best. Enter code BEST to get 60% off your first box.
We love you, Ollie.
The hardest thing about traveling for me is always packing, always.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, one thing that is super easy for me is that my makeup bag is so easy because of Thrive Cosmetics. It's just the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Guys, we've talked about Thrive Cosmetics. You know how much we love them. Thrive Cosmetics makes certified 100% vegan, cruelty-free products that you can depend on for everything, from simple daily wear to show-stopping self-expression. When I was going to Arizona, you know that I was throwing in the Brilliant Eye Brighteners, the highlighter sticks. I use it in the darker color, like in the creases.
Yeah.
And then I had my Liquid Lash Extensions mascara, which is the best mascara ever to be made. And it's a flake-free tubing formula that lengthens, defines, makes you look like a supermodel, like supermodel lashes. Honestly, people are like, every time, people are like, Jesus, those lashes. Yeah, those are my lashes, guys. Those are my lashes with the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. And I like the Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner too. I like it. I enjoy
like
it
too. Yeah. It's really smooth. It doesn't skip, you know?
It never skips. It's very smooth. And then I have Empower Matte Lip Crayons.
Yeah.
Which a few weeks ago on my Instagram stories, Caissie showed us that it comes with its own little sharpener on the end of the lip crayon, which neither my makeup artist Gita nor I knew because we clearly didn't pay attention, I guess. I don't know. But Caissie showed it to us, and now that's been such a game changer to have that little sharpener because now I can get like such a precision line on the red for my Empower Matte lip. That's what I wore on stage at the Planned Parenthood Gala, just the luncheon. Just letting you know, guys.
Amazing.
I love that Thrive Cosmetics gives back to communities and causes that we care about. It's right there in the name of the company, Thrive Cosmetics, Cause, like a cause.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. And I love that it's all clean and skin loving and high performance and trademarked formulas, uncompromising standards. I love everything about it. Guys, try your new trusty favorites with an exclusive set for our listeners. New customers can get the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara and a mini-sized Brilliant Eye Brightener, great for your purse, at a special set price with free shipping. Available at thrivecosmetics.com/best. Or save more with 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/best. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/best for 20% off your first order. I took a break from drinking for a week.
Oh, that's good.
My skin looks amazing. Well, okay. Michelle and I talked on the phone like over a week ago because I was like, I've just been feeling so tired and I'm so depressed and whatever. And she's like, Busy, we have to stop drinking. Like, we just got to stop drinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that it? And she's like, I think we need to just try it. She's like, I didn't drink yesterday and I slept great and I feel wonderful today. And I was like, okay. So I stopped drinking. And then like 2 days later, I was like, okay, good. We're doing it together. Okay, great. And then like a day and a half later, she's like, I had to go to an event and I had wine. And I was like, okay, I'm still not drinking. So, and then she texted me again and she was like, maybe we should just stop drinking after our dinner Monday night. And I was like, okay, sounds good. But I still wasn't, I just decided not to drink.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I already committed in my head. So I was just not doing it. So then last night I went to dinner with her and Allison Roman. And I got there late because they don't live far from each other. And I was like, you guys pick because you have children that are small and I have Gina. And so I got there and they're like, we ordered martinis, but you don't have to have one if you're not drinking still. The guy comes over and he's like, would you like a martini? And I was like, I would. Yep. I would love one. Thank you. Because also I had just been in such a fucking shitty mood for like 3 days. I had been really on edge and upset and really PMSing and crying and whatever.
Yeah.
And that martini hit real good. And I think Michelle and I were talking and I was like, I think that also though my skin looks really good right now, like really clear. And I was like, I think maybe the deal is I need to go back to what I was like when I lived in LA, which is that like I didn't drink every day You know what I
Right.
mean? I didn't drink and I didn't New York is just so easy to drink because you're not driving.
Right.
So you're
Yeah.
just like wandering around and people are like, hey, come meet me for a spritz. And you're like, it's 3 p.m. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't feel great when I woke up this morning. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I
But-
think I'm kind of over drinking myself, but drinking has never been a huge thing for me. I would always be like, oh, I should remind myself to have a drink. I mean, there have been a couple times when I've had too many drinks or whatever, but it's not been hard to convince myself it's not really for me. And I wish everything was that easy for me to be like, I'm not going to drink. I wish eating candy was that easy for me to be like, I'm not going to eat candy or whatever. But yesterday I really wanted to eat candy and I didn't.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, just because I'm like, ugh, it makes me feel so miserable after. The joy is so fleeting.
This is like alcohol.
Yeah.
This is like me and a martini. But I don't know. I think maybe the trick is that I just don't drink as much. I don't need to drink all the time.
Yeah.
But even at the pool on Saturday, first of all, it was not as warm in Arizona as it needed to be for me. I was very upset about it.
Ugh, boo.
I know, it sucked.
It was nice here
I know.
for one day.
Well, it's nice today.
Oh, is it?
It's gorgeous out.
It was
yeah.
cloudy and rainy when I was on my way here. So
No, it's beautiful. But I laid out at the pool with Chrissy and my family, and we were staying at this resort in Scottsdale, and there was this big Indian wedding there the whole time we were there, which is
cool.
just my dream in life.
Yeah.
Because I just love weddings, first of all. I kept crying, and Cricket was like, are you seriously crying about this wedding of people that you don't know? And I was like, yes, I seriously am. I love wedding. Birdie is like, didn't you say when you got divorced that you hate marriage and you think it's bullshit? And I was like, ugh, no. I said I hate the institution of marriage because it's deeply steeped in white supremacist patriarchy. But I'm all for weddings and spiritual marriages. And she was like, ugh, you're so annoying, Mom. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. But it was good. So Birdie was on spring break and she had been with Mark in LA and then flew to Arizona. The Planned Parenthood thing went well. Cricket came with me. My mom came with me. Oh my God. And literally I texted John that morning because I was like, it just occurred to me. I have never discussed with Cricket abortion or the fact that I had one and that's why I'm an activist for it. Second children.
Yeah.
I just don't know why I never talked to her about it.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you better get on it before you guys go to this thing. And I was like, yeah, I guess I should. And so we had this talk in the hotel room before. And she was she was very Cricket about it.
Yeah.
And she was knowledgeable. She knew way more than I assumed she might. But that also makes sense because she's always listening.
Yeah.
But I just was it was one of those moments where I was like, oh my God, I'm so guilty of not paying as much attention to the second child. In terms of you know what I mean? In terms of talking to her about issues in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't care about issues in the world as much.
Well, I think we're hard on ourselves because we are parents. But I think that for the most part, people like us and people like us listening to this podcast probably tend to overparent the first time. And you try to gentle parent and you try to document every single thing and you try to explain every single thing and make everything a teachable moment. And those are great intentions, but you also learn it doesn't all matter. It doesn't all improve the situation. It burns you out. It burns the kid out. And so yes, second kids definitely probably get like the less is more approach. And maybe sometimes some things fall through the cracks, but hopefully it's just like a balance, of like,
Mm-hmm.
you remembered in time to have this talk and this important talk. And
Hey, before we get in the car to go to this thing, just real quick, do you know what abortion is?
oh my
How do you
God.
feel about it? What are your feelings on it?
Listen,
Okay,
I
so
learned,
listen.
I learned from my teenage aunt when I was like 7 what abortion was. And this is like pre-internet. So
I actually don't know when I learned what abortion was. Truly.
yeah.
But it felt like it was like always something we knew about.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
totally
know.
remember I was laying out by the pool with my aunt who was, I was probably like 6 or 7. And my aunt that would make her like 13 or whatever. And we were playing like a rhyming game, and whatever we were rhyming, like portion or whatever, I said abortion. And she was like, do you know what that means? And I was like, actually don't. And she was like, here's what it means. So yeah. So she explained to me what it meant, and that's how I learned about it. So like my mom still hasn't talked to me about what abortion is, and it's too late.
It's too late.
So at least you remembered in time. And then also I want to say something about like you saying like, what's the point of this? And then you feel like gung-ho after, but you're questioning. We're not asking what's the point of things anymore. After like the Blue Origin flights and like everybody knows about like the celebrity flights, we're not asking. None of those people asked what's the point of this. Like, why am I doing this? They were all just like, hell yeah. So if you want to go, if you have time to go to like some fundraiser,
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that. I mean, like, what's the point of life?
we're not asking that anymore.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not asking.
Oh,
We're
okay,
just
good.
gonna get on the shuttle.
I guess I am. Yeah, we're on the shuttle.
Yeah. Anyway, go on. Sorry I interrupted you.
No, I mean, please, what is this podcast if not just interrupting one another with useless things that we're talking about? But my point was like sitting out by the pool. Like I didn't need to, I even got, because I like got this cabana thing because it was very crowded, Easter weekend, a huge wedding at the resort. And so I like, rented like one of their cabanas that you can rent or whatever, just to like make sure that everybody was comfortable also. Like, so my parents could be in the shade and whatever. Yeah. And it came with a complimentary bottle of something like, I don't know, Prosecco or Rosé or whatever we wanted.
Something.
And I was like, I could drink this, but then I didn't. And I was just as enjoyable. It was all fine. A little chilly, but it's okay. And then do you want to know how delayed my flight was?
I'm going to guess 6 hours.
5.
Oh,
coming
okay,
home.
close.
5 hours
Close.
delayed coming home. And on the way there, it was 3 hours delayed leaving.
Yeah. I feel like that's the average you've been running lately.
The fuck, man? What's happening?
What is happening? Your flight luck has been BAD. What I was going to say just now is you just put on little under eye like gel patches.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Guess who I've been in talks with? It's not a done deal yet, but to come on the podcast, I've been in talks with the media person for Dr. Carl Truesdale, whose videos you always share on Instagram.
Shut up. The facelift guy?
Yes. And they're like, what would you want to talk to him about? And I'm like, plastic surgery, facelifts. We want to ask him questions.
Truesdale. We want to know. Okay, wait. I don't even know if I should say this. This is like, everybody's like talking about how Anne Hathaway had a facelift. She did not have a facelift, you guys.
No, that's just her great face.
First of all, it's her great face. Secondly, I fully asked Michelle.
because she was sitting next to her.
Yes. I was like, did she have a fucking facelift? And Michelle was like, no, but she had like incredible makeup on.
Yeah.
That was like she was like super contoured and like really good makeup. I'm not saying she hasn't done, I don't know what she's done, but like, I just also have known Annie for 1 million years. I just don't, that doesn't seem reasonable that like at 42 she was having a face. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it based on the girl that the person I've known for a long time. And like, also just everybody's so fucking facelift obsessed. It's like everyone needs to chill the fuck out. Myself included. I'm talking, this is a pep talk to myself.
This is a pep talk to yourself. But Anne Hathaway has just always had a great face.
She gives great face. She's got a good jaw. She's always had it. Like, and people show these pictures. It's like, yeah, you know what? My face also has in moments, like my chin has looked softer or it's looked tighter, dependent on 1 million things, including like when I had kids, when I lost weight, when I was working out a lot, whether or not I was drinking.
Yeah.
Like 100 different things and makeup. Like if you have somebody that is really good at contouring and knows how to like get that sharp ass edge.
Yeah.
So that,
can I tell you something that we don't even think of? Okay. So when I worked at that show, Best Week Ever, you know, comedians would come in, talk about things, whatever. This comedian talked about one thing for our year-end special, and it was really, really funny, the riff that he did. Something happened with the tape so that half of it was corrupted, and we asked a man comedian, not wearing any makeup or nothing, to come in and please redo the half of the bit that he had done that the tape was ruined. And he graciously did it. He had a little cold. And so this tape ended up getting intercut with the tape that we had recorded prior. And he looked like a different person from shot to shot, even though his hair was exactly the same. His outfit, he wore the exact same outfit. His face, because of a little cold, looked like a different goddamn person.
Yeah, that tracks for me. That makes sense.
I was just like, this is crazy. Why didn't we have him just do the whole thing over again? But I had never thought like that like a slight sniffles could make you look like an entirely different person.
Well, you have like your eyes swell or you have like your face gets swollen.
Yeah. It looked crazy.
Well,
like not his face. The switching back and forth between the two faces looked crazy.
I understand. I'm just saying people are like very, very, that was like why, whenever that was, when did I do that? Like a year ago or something or 2 years ago? Because Marissa Meltzer kept sending me this person who's like, I'm going to tell you what every procedure I think these celebrities have had done. And I posted, I posted on my main feed and I was like, okay, guys, here's me when I started acting at age 19 and here I am now. What have I had done?
Right.
And like the only fucking thing I've had done is Botox. Like I've only had Botox in my forehead in the last 3 years. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And the fucking person were like, people were like, you've had this shaved off your nose. You've done that. You've had your nose refined. You've had your buccal fat removed. You've had cheek implant, like whatever, whatever. Like, I'm like, first of all, I would tell anyone anything that I have done to my face.
Right.
I'm afraid of filler, so I've never done it. I've done PRP, which is like not really anything, but
yeah.
And I've done lasers.
Yeah.
Like I have had like a clear and brilliant laser done. What else have I had done? That's about it. And then microneedling, PRP.
Yeah.
And facials constantly.
Yeah.
And microcurrent. And I've used like the zip thing and red light therapy and all that shit that you do at home, which I don't know. But I think it does do something and then also it's just genetics. I've got good skin. I am going to get that CO2 laser under my eyes.
I think that's good. I think it has it looks like it has really good results.
I think it'll be terrifying though.
I did hear that it hurts like a bitch.
Yeah. If you do your whole face, sometimes they put you under.
Yeah. Yeah. I would want that, I would think.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, does anyone like to be like fully knocked out, anesthetized? I always find it scary. And I know that like, I know one time a doctor told me it'll be like you go to sleep and then you'll wake up in 1 second. And that freaked me out. And I was like, this is not comforting to me. Like, to know that I'll have lost hours of my life and, but that is truly what it feels like. But who wants to really be in pain, So that's the question.
Well, some people do.
Yeah, some people like it.
I think it's a thing for some people.
Yeah. That is true. Some people adore pain. I think that I'm pretty tough, but also I remember when I was getting eyeliner tattooed on my eyelids, which was not supposed to be permanent, but it seems like it is. And the lady kept telling me that my eyelids were shaky. And I was like, you're putting a needle in my eyelid. Like, could you keep your eyelids still? I don't think so, ma'am.
Yeah, like what? What's wrong with everybody?
Your eyelids are so shaky. Like, I'm like, that's called an involuntary movement. Come on. But yeah, well, I hope Dr. Truesdale comes through. We'll see what happens.
It's exciting.
And then we can just ask him some questions about it and ask him, I mean, obviously he does beautiful work. If anyone has ever looked on his Instagram, it's watching his befores and after is a lot of fun.
It is really fun. Well, I think here's what I know about myself, honestly.
Yeah.
There is nothing I love more than a before and after. I don't care if it's your fucking house. Yeah. I don't care if it's like a makeover show.
Your hair.
I don't care if it's your hair. I don't care if it's a full deep clean facelift.
Yeah.
I love a before and after. I just love it. I live for a before and after.
Yes.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
Yeah.
And that's what I know about that. And that's all I know about that.
I even love, like, to some extent, I love a bad after. Like, I do love when you invest and you watch the whole process. Like, I'm not going to lie. There are some hairstylists who I watch, like, have full conversations with people about, like, what they want to do. And then they go to work like Edward Scissorhands. And then they're like, ta-da! And it's, like, the worst haircut I've ever seen, in my opinion.
I just saw one that was so crazy. It was so fucking nuts. And this woman goes in and she had really long hair and she was like 40 or like had just turned 40 or something.
Yeah.
And he made her look 65 with the haircut.
No.
It was like totally insane.
Yeah. And I love that because who hasn't been there? Who hasn't like told someone what they want? And like one time I went to get a haircut and I was like,
oh, God, that's so funny.
I know that I was very explicit with this person about what I wanted. I always bring pictures. Sometimes the person will say, well, like your face shape is a little different than this, your hair texture. This person didn't say any of that. And like, I feel like I'm pretty on top of like what my face shape and my hair texture are. This person might as well have said, listen, stop. No matter what you say, you're going to leave this salon looking like one of the men competing on Top Chef. Like, that's it. You're going to have like a real chef, spiky hairdo. We've all been in that position, right? So I even do like a bad reveal because it's so relatable. But I do feel bad. Like I know it's a fun sport for people to make terrible comments about like, what did you do to that person? I do feel bad because they are real people, but I do sort of even enjoy. Well, listen, we all watched Trading Spaces, right? Did you watch
my
Trading
favorite
Spaces?
thing? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hildi
Let's bring back.
Santo-Tomas.
That's what we need. Honestly, that's what we need to bring the country back together. I'm not even kidding.
I lived for a person having their eyes covered and then having their eyes uncovered and realizing Hildi Santo-Tomas glued like hay to the walls of their house.
The hay to the walls. That actually happened. That was real.
And I was like, she's such a villain. I feel like
why did they do these things? Does anyone know? Can we get to the bottom of what the fuck was going on?
I feel like at the time I was all in. I was just like, this lady thinks that she's doing amazing designs. But now that I'm like grown up and I'm more of like a TV producer, I feel like she was coached to be a villain. Like, like do something that's going to be very upsetting. We want someone to storm off. I don't know why. Because I feel like in a home reveal show, you generally want people to be very happy, but they just, it was pre-Real Housewives and they just threw a villain in there and it was Hildi Santo-Tomas.
It's crazy. I literally want to bring it back. Can we bring it back? Please?
Paige Davis? Oh my God. Loved her.
Oh my God. I loved Paige Davis. Where is Paige Davis?
She's around. I see her around. She's like a theater girl and I see her crop up. Like, I don't know her personally, but I see her crop up. Paige Davis, we'd love to talk to you. Vern Yip. Oh my God, love him so much.
Vern, I loved Vern. Wait, Vern, I feel like went on to other shows, other makeover shows.
Like, yes, because he was.
And so did that other woman
Genevieve
that I loved.
Gorder.
Genevieve, yeah.
Love Genevieve. And I think she's had like housewares lines. Vern, Genevieve, Paige Davis, even Hildi. Sorry for telling the truth about
And who was the guy? The Doug. Doug was the other Hildi. It was Doug and Hildi. Like, if you got Doug or Hildi, you'd be like, oh God. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
I feel like Doug was not as dramatically bad as Hildi, but I do feel like they were
pretty bad
friends. And then there was
Frank.
like the older gentleman that was so Frank. Yeah, and he was so into like farm.
Wait,
motifs.
I can't believe this is like such a memory unlocked, core memory unlocked. I'm like coming up with these people's names. Like, I can't retain anything anymore. And I am like, Frank, obviously Frank. Oh, I loved Frank.
We couldn't remember any shit about the popes, but we remember Frank. Oh my God. But if any of you are listening, I would love to speak to any of you and relive the glory
but
of
also,
trading
like,
spaces.
How do we watch it?
Oh my God. Do you remember, this goes viral every couple years, the lady that asked for a Prince room, which obviously spoke to me.
Yes.
And like, it was just an abomination. And she was fucking pissed. She was pissed. Oh
Sometimes people would get really fucking mad.
And then I'm like, these people are your neighbors and you have to live near them.
I know, but I feel like the neighbors often, I feel like when they knew they were doing something terrible, they were often like, I don't
think she's going to like,
I don't know about this. And they're like, it's going to be great. Keep sticking that hay.
That was like, the hay was the worst case scenario. That's what I feel like Hildi was like running low on budget. And she just used like some hay that she got on Craigslist or whatever. Like the best case scenario with Hildi is that you were going to get a wall full of like silk flowers from Joanne Fabrics glued to your wall. She was really.
I can't even imagine like how much money people had to spend to
reverse
undo what they did. Do you know what I mean? It must have been like pretty crazy.
Oh my God. It's like, yeah. And they probably, like the show probably should have had like a Hildi slush fund. Just like listen, we gave you Hildi for the plot, but like here's $1,500 to put your room back to rights after we go because we understand what's happened. Oh my God.
Guys.
Oh, Hildi.
Guys, we need to bring back trading spaces. Can we do it? Can we do it on our show?
Oh my
That'd
God.
be amazing.
I would love that. I do. I really love interior design. I really am, like there's rules to it, which I think are interesting. And that is where it can go so awry is when someone is like, well, rules are made to be broken. Let's glue hay.
I just wish that like redoing your house or redoing things wasn't so expensive.
It's expensive. It's disruptive. It's stressful. You know what the thing that I hate most about doing anything in your house is when it's like 95% done and then that last 5% just never gets done. Like people are like, I'm not going to put that trim back on. I just can't. Like I tapped out. I'm not going to screw the light switch plates back on. I feel like every project I've ever done has gotten 95% of the way there. And then just whoever's doing it is like, I got to go. I can't finish this. And so you end up like having to finish it yourself and you don't really know what you're doing.
That's happened to me so many fucking times with like contractors or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we got it. And then you're just like, it never gets done.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But also I was saying this to somebody else, like when my apartment, Casa Kismet, did I say this last week on the show? Did we already talk about this? I feel like I was so fast to like do stuff in that apartment because I was like, oh, it's just temporary. I'm only going to live here for like a minute.
Right.
And in this house, I'm like, so like, I don't know. Am I going to build these bookcases right here or am I not? Like, and now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. Because even if I'm here for like a minute.
It's temporary. It is all temporary.
It's everything. Life is temporary.
Life
Caissie.
is temporary.
We're lucky to be here. Life is temporary. Obviously, my number one pick for comfort food is mac and cheese.
Yes. I feel like that's the national comfort food.
Is it?
I think so. I'm just saying
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Who doesn't love it? Because it tastes delicious. It's warm. Makes your tummy feel full.
Brings you back.
Brings you right back. So delicious. But that's why I'm very into this mac and cheese that's better for us, packed with protein and nutrients. Goodles. So I feel good about having it for, any meal or just like a little snack.
A little snack.
I love Goodles.
Yeah, it's a game changer because if you can make yourself the mac and cheese that you're just familiar with from your childhood, but you can get some extra protein, extra nutrition in there, which I'm always struggling to get healthier foods into my diet.
Mm-hmm. Extra protein, especially. I feel like
especially.
Yeah.
And then they have like these amazing flavors. Hatch
so
chili.
Good.
Oh, truffle. So good.
Yeah. Twist my parm. I love it.
So
I also just love a pun. So Goodles. Good on you, Goodles. I also just use the Goodles nutrient-packed pasta when I'm making my own like bolognese or whatever.
Yeah.
I now use that because it's like nutrient-packed, comes in shapes, and the texture is amazing, and I love it. And they have the Goodles Deluxe Mac that comes with a very creamy sauce.
Yes.
Yum.
And
love
it's really
it.
fast to make.
Goodles line of mac and cheese has so many great flavors. They've got vegan, they've got gluten-free options, and every serving has 14 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber with prebiotics and 21 vitamins and minerals from real plant sources. It's a low glycemic index food for steady energy instead of a carb crash, and it's kosher and clean label purity award certified. Guys, trust us, you need some Goodles mac and cheese in your life, and don't forget the nutrient-packed pasta too for your own dishes. It's so fantastic and like such a good hack. I love it. Pick up Goodles on your next shopping trip. It's available nationwide at major grocery stores and retailers. We know you're going to love Goodles as much as we do. I will say winding down at the end of the night sometimes does feel impossible.
Yeah.
You know what's been helpful for me?
What?
Especially this week?
What?
My THC gummies from Cornbread Hemp.
Yes, I love them.
Me too. I really love them too. I love them too for a myriad of reasons. But when I was looking for a little alternative to the alcohol, to the drinking, the gummies, the THC Cornbread Hemp gummies,
right,
helped me, get a little chill with no regrets, no guilt, no feeling bad the next day.
It's perfect.
It is perfect, actually. They're America's only USDA organic THC gummy. They're made with real THC and organic ingredients, no synthetics, 100% legal, ships directly to your door. It's perfect for unwinding, kicking back, enjoying the moment. without alcohol or the hangover. And all products are third-party lab tested for safety and purity. There are delicious flavors you can choose from, Blueberry Breeze and Blood Orange Bliss. I love them both.
I do too.
I think they're fantastic. Right now, Busy Phillips is doing her best. Listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head on over to cornbreadhemp.com/best and use code BEST at the checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/best, code BEST. Cornbread Hemp. This is the good life.
I heard this really interesting tip. I think I saw it on Threads or whatever. I think you sometimes have this. I think I have this more than you do because I have seen you just pop up and start doing a task or whatever that I'm like, oh my God, how does she get the energy to do this? But do you ever have times where you're like, you just can't get motivated to do a thing that you've been meaning to do for like a month or whatever?
Yeah, like everything always. Yes.
Okay. So someone, I think on Threads, and I'm so sorry that I don't remember who to give it proper credit to, but they said that their therapist recommended something that they found so like strange and not expected. The therapist said, pretend that you're in a documentary and that a crew is following you and just like how active you would be and how productive and how precise you would be getting stuff done.
That's really funny.
And so this person was saying like they started doing things and then they narrate it like a nature documentary. They're like, now I'm going to roll out the dough and that you got to get it like a 1/4 inch thick or whatever. And they're just like narrating the whole thing, pretending that it's all a documentary.
I mean,
but it made me think of you because of your music videos.
Yes. And also I feel like I've kind of always done that my whole life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A little bit. I kind of have. But that is a really good. Also, maybe I could just talk John into following me around with his camera and making a documentary about me.
Just make a doc.
Why not? I'm moderating a panel next week for his documentary about the robot Sophia that he co-directed with this woman, Crystal.
Oh, cool.
It's like this AI robot. It's really, do you want to come? You should come to the screening.
Yeah, sure.
It's next week, guys. It's Monday at the Roxy. It's open. You can buy tickets and come and watch me interview my ex-boyfriend. And also, I think his ex-girlfriend, because she's one of the producers on the movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right.
I think that's fun for everybody, right?
I mean, listen,
At
you can
this
do
point,
it.
honey, all bets are off.
Well, like
The
your
truth
ex-husband
is-
works with his ex-girlfriend and like you always have been like fine with-
Ex-fiance?
Ex-fiance.
Yeah.
So, you're good at that shit.
I am. Michelle was saying that last night because we were talking about it. Because, Allison set John and I up.
Yeah.
And like, Allison just like, you guys are wild. And I was like, yeah, no, I know. I know we are. I understand. I get it. But Michelle's like, but also this is something Busy is good at. She's like really good at like maintaining relationships with people and like sort of slowly transforming them into other things,
Right.
I mean, it's hard. It's all hard. It's all difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But I also just am such a believer in like that when you love somebody and things aren't meant for it to be one version of a thing for whatever reason, whether it's after, 8 months or 8 years or 18 years.
Yeah.
Like the best case scenario is that you are able to continue to have a part or a version of that love in your life and then transform it into a different kind of love. Like we're just also lucky, to have people that like we connect with. And if you connect with somebody romantically for a period of time, but then that kind of stops or it's not the vibe for whatever reason, it's worth trying at least.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I always just get so weird I think personally, I know people think like my relationship with Mark is weird, whatever. I think it's weird when people like cut people out of their lives who are such huge integral parts of their history. And like, for what? Because your feelings were hurt? Because like love changed? Because you didn't want to like continue being romantic with one another anymore? Like, that seems very narrow-minded to me.
Yeah.
That seems weird. What we are doing doesn't seem weird.
Right.
It seems like, I don't know, kind of fucking rad.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Listen, if you can't, I respect it. If you can, I respect it. But I do admire that about you. I don't think you throw people away. And like, sometimes people deserve to be thrown away. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm like busy. It's time to throw that one away. But that's just my opinion.
By the way, I'm not like BFFs with all of my exes or something.
You're not. But I just think like you don't throw people away, and you're always like trying to rework, talk about like reduce, reuse, recycle. You're like, this person's I'm not dating them anymore. What else could this be? Like, I think that's great.
Yeah, I do too for the most part. And then sometimes I do wonder what that is about me. And if it's just like, I talk about it in therapy.
I mean, like anything, sometimes it's diminishing returns and you're like, we're not on the same page or whatever. And
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
You just have to be like aware.
Yeah.
Of your own needs and capabilities.
Yeah. And your boundaries, I think, are probably
I'm not
really
great at I'm not great at boundaries. That is true.
I know, but I've seen you get better.
I have gotten better.
Yeah, I think it's something that you work on, and I think boundaries are hard, and I don't think we were really taught boundaries at all when we were kids.
And honey, that word didn't even fucking exist.
I didn't have a bedroom door.
I didn't either for a minute. Because I slammed it too many times.
Oh, see? Okay. Yeah. I didn't have one just because I didn't have one. I don't know why there was no door, but I had to ask for one as like I got it for a birthday gift when I was like turned 15 or 16, I think.
Did you have like beads hanging down instead?
No, I just had nothing. I just had no bedroom door. And I had to go in the bathroom if I wanted privacy, which is why I was always hogging the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So weird. So weird. Yeah. My children always had bedroom doors. I'll say that. I'm sure something happened to it. I'm sure like because I grew up in the house that my mom grew up in. And so I'm sure like my uncle or aunt or my mom or someone like put their fist through the door at some point in a fight or something. And they just never replaced it. Because that house was a little stuck in amber, like just, it was just stuck. So, yeah. But I really appreciated that door once I got it. But that's the first boundary I feel like I ever asked for. Like, can I have a door just because I don't want everyone walking by seeing me in my underwear or whatever I'm doing?
I do know.
So weird. What else is going on? We have like a big couple of weeks coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say like mostly it's just that. Like I feel like it's a big couple weeks happening work wise.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like nervous.
You're feeling nervous?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? It's too much?
Next week is a lot. It's a lot next week. And I like am really having feelings about that. Like, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about how much it is. Because I'm doing like a play reading that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Also, like I don't do play readings. So like, I was like offered this play reading and I'm like very excited to do it.
Yeah.
And then moderating that like the Q&A after John's movie.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 shows next week.
Yeah.
That are kind of big deals. Well, it's exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited and like a
Me
little
too.
nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
See? Yes. And I just feel like there's like a lot happening.
Right.
And I have like good stuff happening with my pilot.
Oh, good.
For Peacock, but it requires more work.
Right.
But it's good, but there's more work that needs to be done. And that feels like a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear that.
Especially when you're me and it's impossible to want to do anything. And I need to get my roots done, honey.
And honey, the roots. Well, listen, if a podcast doesn't show up in your inbox next week, maybe that's why. Maybe we had to.
Oh, that's actually a really good point.
Get real
because
about.
I feel like.
When are you going to do it?
When are we going to do it next week?
Right. I have less going on than you, but.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah. It wouldn't be that interesting for me to just come talk to myself, you know? So. Yeah. Well, we'll think about it. But if we don't show up in your inbox next week, it's because we decided it'd be dangerous to try to add one more thing.
It would be dangerous for us.
It would be dangerous and maybe dangerous for you to listen to what we said under those circumstances. And then.
Yeah, under duress.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jen and I are hosting the Playwrights Horizons fundraising gala tonight.
Oh my gosh. That sounds fun.
I know.
That's very cool.
I think it will be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. They do a cool thing at Playwrights Horizons. Oh, they just announced her one-woman show.
Yes, I saw that.
In the fall. And I'm so proud of her and everyone involved. What happened to this plant? You know?
Oh, no.
Maybe. No, he just like lost a little leaf.
Aww.
Poor little guy. Anyway, I'm so proud. And I feel like a mom or something about this play.
Yeah. The show's really
her
good.
I'm
excited for people to see it.
Yeah, her one-woman show is incredible. Anyway, I think it will be fun. They do a cool thing at Playwrights Horizons for their fundraiser where they take 3 playwrights during the fundraiser. They go backstage and they write plays and then they have actors perform them at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So it's like a fun twist on a fundraiser. But we're doing that tonight. And then there's like a bunch of stuff this week. Like I think Planned Parenthood New York is this week. I just like, I have to like conserve my energy and figure out like what things I can show up for.
Yeah.
And what things feel like it's too much, you know?
I hear you.
And because we have a show this week.
We have 2.
2 shows this week. So we have 2 shows this week, 2 shows next week.
Yeah.
Plus I'm doing the play reading, moderating a thing. It's a lot.
It's all good stuff. So maybe.
It is. We're not complaining.
No, I know. But I'm saying like maybe we just pause on the podcast for next week and then like we'll catch everybody up when we get a breather, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it's worth like maybe not trying to do it the regular day so that we can tell everyone all the fun stuff that happened.
That's a good point.
And like, who knows, maybe have Dr. Truesdale, if not next week, sometime. That's what I'm working on. Working a side deal to talk to Dr. Carl Truesdale.
You're just trying to get a discount.
I don't even think with a discount, I don't know if I could part with as much money as it would take to get.
Would he tell us? Will he tell us how much it costs? I think it's like $150,000. That's what I think.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, I think it's that much.
I don't know. But I do know that he did his mom's own facelift and she looked so amazing. And I'm sure she did
send
get
me that one.
A discount. I will send you mom's facelift. And she looks so good. And he does like periodical like check-ins with her. And she looks so good. But I thought that was so cute. Imagine like, I thought it was cute, but then when you think about it, like it's interesting. Imagine giving your own mom a facelift.
I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. All right. What are you doing your best at?
Multitasking. Not being annoyed at the planes being delayed.
That's
Even
good.
though I was annoyed.
You were annoyed.
But I was,
Would you just
but I was
pretend that a documentary team was watching you? Be gracious about it?
Yeah, I was kind of. I was trying to do that. I did watch literally though, when did I come back? 2 days ago? I think I watched everything that was on the internet that day.
Yeah.
I think I really made it all the way to the end. I saw every video.
I've been there.
And every story that any friend of mine posted.
Yeah.
I saw them all.
Yeah.
But
I've been there when I've exhausted the internet. Like, it's a weird feeling. Like you feel accomplished, but also bad.
yeah, empty. I would say empty. It leaves you feeling hollow.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking of the things that I need to do. This is where I'm oh, right. Okay. I need to get my roots done the end of this week so that next week it's fresh.
Yeah.
And looks bright for all of the things. And yeah, that's it. I realized that I didn't have anything to wear to host this thing tonight.
Yeah.
And then, honey, I just went into that closet of mine.
You
and
shopped
I found
your closet.
something. Yeah, I found it. It was a dress that I got at Hampton. And I remember getting it and being when am I ever going to wear this? Well,
You
here
found
we
the
are.
time. You
We're
found the
doing
time.
it now. Mm-hmm.
Our friend Stacey London would be so proud of you.
I want Stacey to come shop my closet. We should have done a closet thing with me.
Yes. Well, never too late.
You know what? Also, maybe we should just buy old-fashioned facelift tape and start taping. I mean, I am allergic to adhesive, so that is an issue. But
Yeah.
I remember working with an actress on Cougar Town who was a guest star, and she would tape the shit out of her face, and I was like, "Damn,
Yeah.
it really does something."
I always see people doing it when they do drag, and it sometimes it's really effective.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and people use the eyelid tape.
Doechii, the stuff that. I thought that was so cool how Doechii
Left her tapes out.
it was it's its own kind of fashion accessory.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that's cool. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
How she did that.
Yeah.
I think she's very cool.
I think she's very cool as well.
What am I? So yeah, I guess I was doing my best at did my best at not drinking
Great.
for a week. And that's it. What are you doing your best at?
I am doing my best at trying to strike a balance between going hard, working hard on this show because it's really a small team and there's just a lot to be done. But there's also I'm trying to take care of myself. So I got groceries delivered to the place where I'm staying because I'd just been eating work almonds or whatever, which isn't the most healthy thing. I mean, it's healthy, but it's also you have to eat other things besides almonds 24/7. And I immediately felt better. And just last night, someone sent through something that they wanted me to look at that was going to take an hour. And I was with love, and I'm so grateful for the work and this project, but I don't need to watch this right now. I don't need to spend an hour at just because someone. So I guess what is that? That's managing my time, I'm managing my time and saying this
What is that?
This can wait
That's
until
time
tomorrow.
Management.
Yeah, time management, I guess. So I'm trying to be better at that. It's not something that I'm historically great at. And I think sometimes when people think of time management, they think Oh, you're talking about like frittering away your time and then rushing to get something done. Do I do that? Yes. But also a problem with me with time management is discerning which time is mine versus which time belongs to someone else. And so I tend to respond immediately to things that people send me after hours. And like, I get it. It's no shade to anyone that ever does that. Like, I get why people want to prioritize something and they want to get it off their plate and close the book on it or whatever. But I don't need to respond in that moment. Like, if I'm having my own time, I don't need to like punch back into work because I got an email in my inbox. So
that's a thing that I think that's so relatable because I think everybody struggles with that in this moment in time and has for the last decade.
Yeah.
Like when we've all become suddenly
reachable 24/7.
So reachable all the time. When do you shut the fucking shit down and you're like, I will respond tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that's difficult, though, I will say, is like being on the East Coast because work doesn't end ever. Like it's like 9 at night and people are like, hey, just heading out of the office for the day. Wanted to check. I need these 3 answers. And you're like, fuck me. What?
Yeah, it's 8 p.m.
It's 8 p.m. What are you talking about?
I'm 2 martinis in. Yeah. And like conversely on the West Coast, I always had a hard time because I would wake up to a full inbox and then feel like I needed to address those things before I could even like take a shower and get dressed to actually go to the actual office. So I was always running late on the West Coast because I would just be like, oh, my day already started like 4 hours ago when I was sound asleep, you know? So it's just like the thing that I have to remember is that like none of this is brain surgery. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to break your heart. It's not supposed to make you, you know, in any way feel like, oh gosh, like, can I handle all this? You know, obviously I can handle all this. So yeah. So I was proud of myself that last night I just was like, I'll get to it tomorrow. It'll be okay, you know? So time management. And I'm going to try that thing pretending that like a documentary crew is watching me and see what happens.
I want to try that too.
Everyone try it. See how it goes.
Well, that's kind of what I did for so long with my Instagram stories, too.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we love you.
We love you. We hope you're doing great. If you know, we might be a little late or a lot late next week. But we'll be happy to talk to you when we get to talk to you. And yeah, we hope you're doing okay. And maybe next time we talk, there'll be a new pope. Maybe he'll be the first hot pope.
I don't think we're getting a hot pope. I'm sorry
I shouldn't get people's hopes up.
Don't you guys just we don't need to get our hopes up.
We just hope he's a good pope.
Listen, fingers crossed, honey.
Fingers crossed. Okay, be good. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Guys, have a great week. Make sure you take your allergy medicine if you need to. And don't sneeze 40 times.
Do not. And don't apologize 20.
We love you so much. Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh no.